Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Speaking of Horses, and we're proud to be partnering with Northwest Horse Source, bringing you videos about the horse industry through our association with this publication, Northwest Horse Source. So, let's watch our current video of the week. Well, hey, speaking of horses, we are here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We're at the Southern Equine Expo. Ty Evans is my guest, and Ty does a tremendous amount of work with mules. Mules is your forte.
Yes, sir.
So, well, first of all, how do you like being here in Tennessee at Southern Equine Expo?
It's been great. It's been raining a lot.
Oh, yeah, well, it didn't today. This morning the sun was out.
The sun came out.
I could not identify what that orange ball in the sky was.
Every time I come to this state, it rains on me, but no, I like it. This has been a good expo. A lot of interest in mules. For me, that's great.
Yeah.
And it's been good attendance for sure.
It's been good attendance. This expo is growing every year.
Yeah.
Now, you're from Utah, right?
Yes, sir.
So, you got a lot of expos you're going to be doing this year?
This year, I had this expo, and then next weekend we're going to the Rocky Mountain Horse Expo in Denver. That's it for this year. I got a lot of regular clinics I do, my 3-day events that I do. I got about just about 40 of those this year. But This is it for the expo, just the two of them.
So tell us. I know you've been judging the trainer challenge here as well, and a lot of training similarities between mules and horses, but there are some differences. What's the major differences that you face in training a mule versus a horse?
A lot of it's just the time. I've learned you can get a lot done with a horse in a short amount of time, and you can do the same with mules, but for the most part it takes a little bit longer. It takes a little bit longer for them to process some things, and it's not that they're stubborn or dumb or anything like that. They're weighing all their options. One of my favorite quotes from Tom Dorrance was that it's not that the mules are stubborn; they're just giving you a chance to figure out what you're doing wrong. So I really like that.
That's a good statement, because I always relate it to, used to trail ride some with a gentleman that rode mule, and we were on horses. We come to a creek crossing or river crossing, and I don't care if it was 6 inches deep or a couple of feet deep where we were crossing. If you could see the bottom and the mule could see where he was placing his feet, he was going on. If he could not see where he was placing his feet, it was a slow, easy process as he felt his way. Where that mare I was riding would just kind of stumble in, trip. That's the difference. The horse would just go right on in and then trip over rocks on the bottom or whatever. And the mule took its time and knew what it was doing.
Yeah, mules are very logical. They just think things through. And for us humans, sometimes, we could do a little bit better at that. But the mules always take that time and they think, and sometimes that gets in our way. At least that's our thought of it. But I've come to appreciate it. I'm glad they weigh the options.
Well, see, it kind of relates to, I remember talking years ago to a dressage instructor who was at an expo here in the States, and he had his ties back to classical riding in Europe. And somebody said, well, if I'm in the dressage program and I want to get to this level, I don't necessarily want this level. How can I, speed up the process to get here? And he says, always in America, you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
You're in a hurry. You can't get there without going through these steps. Otherwise, you will destroy everything that you're working for.
Yeah.
And he's right, and that's kind of what you just said. It's a process with a mule to learn it, to think it through so that it's in their brain. And if you try to hurry it or circumvent it, then you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I agree. We're always in a hurry. But when people ask me, well, how long does it take to train a mule? How long you got? For me, I have pretty high standards, and so when I'm looking into finishing out a mule, for me it's a big process. It's a 5-6 year investment to get them to just one point that I would like to get them at.
It's like the old. I heard this years ago from actually Ray Hunt, who asked somebody how long or what's the most thing you need, the main thing you need to train a horse, the main thing you need to train a horse. And everybody was thinking, I don't know. And all of a sudden, when nobody could answer, he said, more time than the horse.
Yeah.
You just need a little more time than the horse.
Yeah.
So it's that time factor again. Don't get in a hurry. Just get to your destination.
Yeah.
And you know what? As I get older, I begin to realize that. When I'm younger, I don't realize that. I'm sorry they're testing mics in the background, but hey, Ty, it's been a pleasure to talk
Yes,
with
sir.
you this morning.
Thank you.
And glad to see you here in Tennessee with this expo. It's a nice expo.
It is great.
And we will stay in touch, and we will see you down the road.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Thank you. Stay with us here on Speaking of Horses.